Coming up next on today's episode of Eye for an Eye.
We had a company Christmas party, and he put his hand on my rear end.
At the Christmas party?
Yes.
Well, she's drunk. She wouldn't remember anything.
If that isn't sexual harassment, I don't know what is.
I hope this doesn't take too much longer because somebody's going to take her spot on the street corner.
Okay, no.
Sugar Ray, let's hear this tape.
Tell you what, I'm thinking about going to Cancun this weekend, and why don't you come along with me?
Today, justice is a G-string.
You guys are going to help out with a little bit of revenge.
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real revenge. Justice is eye for an eye.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kato Kalin, and welcome to another episode of Eye for an Eye. On today's show, a former employee claims her boss turned the workplace into a burlesque parlor. He claims she was a poor performer. She says she didn't sign up for his kind of peep show.
I'm suing my former employer, Mr. Marshall, because I worked for him for 8 months and he made my life miserable. I'm suing him for sexual harassment.
I would say that she's made my life miserable. I've had to defend myself at home and at work.
There were instances that took place in his office where he used trashy language, acted inappropriately, and I was uncomfortable.
I would say that she's confused, she's unsure of herself, she's kind of new in the city.
I think this man is an obnoxious brute, and he really needs to be taught a lesson.
I think what she's trying to do is just trying to make herself look good. She's calling me names at work, but all this ends up doing is making her look bad in court.
I think Extreme Akim is going to see through all of his crap and give him the judgment that's fitting.
I think in the end, the judge is going to see my way. She's a tramp, she has no chance of winning. I got a strong case. In the end, I'm going to win.
This is a case of the Company Cabaret. Let's see if Extreme Akim can find out who is truly dipping their pen in the company inkwell. Let's watch.
All right!
All right, Miss York, I've read your complaint. You're alleging that you worked for the defendant, Mr. Marshall's insurance company, and that you were fired, and that the reason you were fired is because you would not submit to his sexual advances. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the type of sexual advances he made.
Well, 2 weeks after working there, he called me into his office, and I walked in there. As he was talking to me, he knocked something off his desk. So I leaned over to pick it up, and when I stood up, he was leaned over his desk.
Wait. The only reason I did that
down my blouse,
is because I wanted
I didn't imagine
I wanted
it.
to see how trustworthy she was.
What, by looking down my blouse? He needs to see how
I want to
trustworthy
make sure
I
I
am like
got
that?
my pen back.
Okay, Miss York, let's go back to what other incidents happened at work?
We had a company Christmas party, and everybody lifted up a toast, and Mr. Marshall was standing next to me, and he put his hand on my rear end.
At the Christmas party?
Yes.
Well, no. Let
His
me tell you
wife
about
was
Let me
there.
tell you about
In
that
front of his
Christmas
wife?
party.
No, not in front of his wife.
No,
he did it on the
no.
sly.
But did you grab her rear end?
No, she's a drunk. She wouldn't remember anything.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I did not drink at that Christmas party. He was drunk. I was not drunk.
I don't drink. I'm allergic to alcohol.
Yeah. Your Honor, you can ask anybody that was at that party. He was falling all over the place, okay? He had been drinking the moment he got there.
I mean, those falls because you were chasing me.
Oh, I'm chasing you.
That's right.
I was chasing him. Yeah, okay.
All right, Mr. Marshall.
Well,
I think her complaint is the fact that you grabbed her rear end. I don't think it was the fact that you
I
were
don't see
drunk.
any
I think it was-
videotape of that.
Also,
so,
Your Honor,
how can
there
it
was
happen?
another incident where I was in his office and I had on a blouse that was buttoned up to here. And he tells me, he says, you need to not be so uptight. He comes over and he unbuttons the top button of my blouse.
He unbuttoned your blouse?
If that isn't sexual harassment, I don't know what is.
Did this take place at work?
Yes.
It took place at work?
Yes, in his office.
Well, she said she
And
had a
how did
hard
it make
time.
you feel whenever you unbuttoned your blouse?
I was uncomfortable, and I thought to myself, I don't think I can put up with this anymore. And I didn't. I told him, I was like, look, I can't do this anymore. I cannot work in this work environment. The next day, I found out I was fired.
I think I need to get my chance to tell the story before.
Okay, well, let me hear about the unbuttoning of the blouse.
Well, I mean, she said she was hot, and I just loosened that button for her.
just took it upon yourself that this girl wanted you to go over there and unbutton her blouse?
Well, she said she was hot. I just assumed, you know, that'd be one way to tell you, loosen it up, make it hot.
Has she ever made any sexual advances towards you to give you the impression that you can go over there and unbutton her blouse or grab her rear end?
Oh, hell yeah. She was always talking to me, sweet-talking me, telling me what we can do and how much money I got and how she'd like to have some of it. You know, things like that.
How long have you been married?
5 years.
Do you have any children?
3.
Do you, Miss York, do you have any witnesses here today to vouch for the fact that he was sexually harassing you, or any evidence here today?
I have some evidence, Your Honor. I don't have any witnesses because he was always slick enough to make sure that nobody else was around, but I do have some evidence, Your Honor.
And what kind of evidence is that?
I have an audio tape.
An audio tape?
Yes.
Judge, before you go on, let me say, I hope this doesn't take too much longer because somebody's going to take her spot on the street corner.
Okay, no, see, listen to this tape, okay? I called him up and I recorded our conversation. Here it is, right here.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the conversation. Was that a telephone call he made to you?
I recorded our conversation 2 days after I was fired. Mr. Marshall said I could get my job back if I took a little trip with him. So I called him back and made sure I was recording the conversation, and I did. I have it here.
And that's the conversation you have on the tape?
Yes.
One thing I got to say about that tape, it's an illegal wiretap. I didn't get permission to tape that.
Well, I got to hear this tape. Sugar Ray,
me.
get the tape from the plaintiff. I can't wait to hear this tape.
Coming up next.
Sugar Ray, let's hear this tape.
Tell you what, I'm thinking about going to Cancun this weekend, and why don't you come along with me?
Okay, sounds great.
Well, if I was looking at my kid's report card, Miss York, it would be like straight F's on your performance evaluations.
What? This is not my handwriting.
Are you saying Mr. Marshall forged your signature?
Either him or somebody else.
Oh, Mr. Marshall, I got news for you. There's only one person that's judge here, and that's me. And I'm the one that's going to be rendering the justice here, so I'm going to come back in a minute.
We had a company Christmas party, and he put his hand on my rear end.
At the Christmas party?
Yes.
She's drunk. She wouldn't remember anything.
He comes over, and he unbuttons the top button of my blouse.
He unbuttoned your blouse?
If that isn't sexual harassment, I don't know what is.
I hope this doesn't take too much longer because somebody's going to take her spot on the street corner.
Okay, no, see, listen to this tape, okay? I called him up and I recorded our conversation. Here it is, right here.
Eye for an eye. Real people, real problems.
Sugar Ray, let's hear this tape. Are y'all ready to hear it?
Hello?
Hi, Bob. This is Ryan.
Ryan, how you doing?
Great. How's your new office?
It's great. We miss you out here. When are you going to come by?
Well, I will have my job back with a raise.
Whatever you want.
Oh, well, what would I have to do for that?
I'll tell you what, I'm thinking about going to Cancun this weekend, and why don't you come along with me?
Okay. Sounds great. Okay, well, I will give you a call later, and I'll let you know where I'm going to meet you.
Okay, just be ready in the mood, and we'll have a little fun.
Okay.
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Mr. Marshall, you wanted to take Miss York to Cancun, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to go snorkeling with her.
What about your wife?
It's a usual part of my business to take these type of trips.
And Miss York, if you're scared of your job so much, why did you want it back?
I wanted to get him on tape making those advances. I wanted to prove that was his mindset.
Well, she just likes me. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Did you bring any evidence with you here today?
All right, I've got a performance evaluation that I did of her, you know, right before I terminated her. And,
Sugar Ray, can you...
I got it right here for you.
Well, if I was looking at my kid's report card, Miss York, it would be like straight F's on your performance evaluations.
What?
That's what he's got here. Show her, Sugar Ray. Do you remember signing those evaluations?
I didn't sign anything.
Everything's in order.
This is not my handwriting.
It's in order.
That's not your signature?
No, this is not my handwriting.
Are you saying Mr. Marshall forged your signature?
No
Either
way.
him or somebody else. But I did not sign this. I never signed anything. I will write my signature to prove that this is not my signature.
Well, it's too late now. You probably changed it just to make me look bad.
Your Honor, you can take some past documents and compare my signature.
Mr. Marshall, what were your complaints about Ms. York's performance?
Well, let's say this. She always came to work late.
Once. I was late once in 8 months.
Well, you know, that's what you say. The other thing is that she's a drunk. She came to work drunk all the time.
That's a lie. Okay, that's a lie. I've never come to work drunk.
Well, that's because you keep forgetting. You know, that's what happens when you get drunk.
Well, if you have these complaints about her, why do you want to take her back to your job and take her to Cancun with you?
Well, you know, she was, I like giving people a second chance. I feel it'd be my duty to give her a second chance.
Miss York, so do you have any other evidence here today? Did you bring an estimate of what you're claiming your damages is?
Yes.
Okay, what are you asking this court to award you?
Your Honor, I'm asking for $5,000.
Sugar, if you can get me that evidence.
Mr. Marshall gave me a bad reference on a potential job that
She should pay me $5,000 for all the work I had to go through to get her out of here.
I was unable to get this job because he gave me a bad reference.
So you're asking for the maximum allowed that I can award you for being wrongfully terminated because of the sexual advances that you...
Judge,
well,
she's just like her mother, a blackmailing schemer.
Well, Mr. Marshall, I got news for you. There's only one person as judge here, and that's me. And I'm the one that's going to be rendering the justice here, so I'm going to come back in a minute.
It's great stuff we just saw, and of course you saw it too because we have the monitor here. You can see the defendant, and of course, plaintiff asked them questions. Great case on sexual harassment, and okay, it was my hand. I was making sure someone pinched me. Someone pinched me, but it was just me, making sure. I think I might sue myself, so you never know, and I'll probably lose. But we got some great comments. I heard you guys talking just a second ago. You had some great things to say, and you had something. Who do you want to say it to?
Well, I just wanted to say to the plaintiff, it's obvious that your boss is scum and that he deserves to be punished. Is that why you brought him to this certain court?
He's got to be taught a lesson, and others like him, too, need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question in the audience. Let me ask you. Have you ever been sexually harassed?
Unfortunately, I have. Yes, at a previous job.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, I think he's a scum, and I just left as soon as I could get out of there.
So this case actually affected you pretty deeply.
Yes, it did.
She's used to it. She probably wants it again.
And I just want to say, I think you're scum, and I hope everyone sees this, and you have no business after this.
Woo. Oh, strong words, huh?
I just wanted to say that if she's supposedly such a bad employee, then why did you hire her in the first place?
I didn't know how she was when I first hired her. She looked like a sweet, nice girl. I gave her a chance.
Well, come on over here if you got something to say.
Goofing off into the workplace is, you know, it's okay sometimes, but when you start talking about sex, it's the wrong time, wrong place, you know, for that sort of thing.
All right. I guess you guys have opinions, which I respect. I have opinions too, but our opinions really don't matter. The opinion of Judge Extreme Akim does matter. So what do you say, Judge? What's your decision?
All right.
Mr. Marshall, you may feel it's okay for boys to be boys, but not when it makes an employee feel uncomfortable. Miss York, I could award your job back, but that isn't going to make you feel any better. I could award you money, but that isn't going to make you feel any better either. Today, justice is a G-string. Mr. Marshall, I want you to know what it feels like to be gawked at and groped. But not in front of women, because you might enjoy that. You're going to wear this in front of men. My verdict is that you are to wear this G-string in a gay bar and dance. And that's my verdict, and that's Jansen's.
Coming up next, the plaintiff gets revenge.
We're gonna need a little bit of help. You guys? Let's make this dance a living hell.
Today, justice is a G-string. Mr. Marshall, I want you to know what it feels like to be gawked at and groped. But not in front of women, because you might enjoy that. You're gonna wear this in front of men. My verdict is that you are to wear this G-string in a gay bar and dance. And that's my verdict, and that's justice.
Ooh, Extreme Akim, put down the underwear. Oh, hi, welcome back. Kato Kalin here. I cannot believe he held up that underwear. And that Mr. Marshall guy, have you ever worked with someone like that? I mean, knocking things down so you have to pick it up and he can look up your skirt? Not good. And that tape conversation doesn't look good for him. And Miss York, Akim is right. You don't want your job back. You don't want money. You want something that's gonna really, really, really make you happy. Like him wearing that. As a matter of fact, he'll be wearing it at Moby Dick's, a gay bar. I'm sure when he's dancing, people will yell, "Up in front!" Doesn't look too good for him. As a matter of fact, I had time to chat with them right before they went on stage.
You ought to know what I had to go through that. The drunken woman came to work every day not knowing what to do. I tried to get you to a treatment center.
The judge has made his judgment. Come on, let's see some shaking.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's make this dance a living hell. Come on, you boys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Does he have quarters to give back? Oh, my God. Oh, they're throwing quarters at him. Oh, my God. I'm gonna be blind. Oh, Lord. Oh, no, ma'am. No, girl, no.
No, no, Sugar Ray. I was just enjoying the show. We'll be right back.
I'll tell you what, this plus what I got in my G-string, a 20, I know she's out of work, doesn't have any money, and I like to contribute that to her.
You know what? Normally I wouldn't take this, but I think I've earned it.
Well, at least Mr. Marshall did have a redeeming quality. He did give her the money. That's pretty nice. Today, justice was a G-string. Until next time, I am Cato Kalin. For Eye for an Eye, keep watching.
I'm so glad. I think he got exactly what he deserved. I think the judge gave him the perfect sentence.